Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with me by hitting that subscription button and the bell notification for new uploads. I want to thank every single one of you from the start that has been with me and the ones that are embarking with me now. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. A big shout out to my girls, Karen, Barbara, Nancy McDonald. Thank you so much for your donation. God bless you in every sense of the word, and many, many more of you. Thank you so much. For the ones that are considering to help the women in need of thread, please be generous. Either send them thread. You can get a hold of me through Instagram, my Facebook group page. You can be a member if you have a profile. I also have a Facebook crochet page or group, private group, of course. Instagram, TikTok, you could always message me through there. So we are going to get started. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, everyone, so a few days ago I had launched a rug. Should have it here somewhere, with the margarida flowers. For some of you that already know, have seen it, know what I'm talking about. This is for the bathroom, and I was requested already as I was doing this from a few of my neighbors, because they have the habit of dropping in for tea, you know what I'm saying? And so they saw and they said, oh, can you possibly do the toilet rug and the bidet? And so I'm going to create the toilet and the bidet, which is the same thing and the same size. This is from, this is not my creation or my design. This is from, okay, so her name is Debora Tavares. She's from Brazil, and her tutorials are in Portuguese, but I will link everything below. And she did an amazing job. It's beautiful. Of course, she used different colors, which is much rich, much classy, much charming. But with men in this house and dogs and you name it, there's no point in me going with bright and chic colors. I'm going to go with the darker colors. You know how it is, right? So I have the off-white, and then I have, not off-white, sorry, tan, lighter tan, darker tan, like almost cafe latte. And then I have the white and the royal blues and the yellow. And I have some leftover still of this fuzzy white, which you can, hopefully you can find at Walmart. I got this at Walmart years ago in Canada. It's from Red Heart, and they're called Scrubby. I think I have one here with the ticket somewhere. Let me check. Okay, so I do have it here. So even though they sold these to create scrubbies, they're not as rough as you think they would be for scrubbies. So for that reason, since it's not rough, I will use it for the rugs, because I have enough dishcloths, and it says great for dishcloths and so on. So Red Heart Scrubby, you might find that online, worsted 4, okay, as you can see here, and it even tells you the lot number, but this is old Glacier. That's the color. It's got like, it's a very babyish blue, this one. And then I have some white. And because I don't have any more of this mixed blue, white, and darker shade of blue, lighter shade of blue, I don't have any more of that one. But it's okay, because this will match. It still has some of that blue in there, and I'll go with that and use the white. Makes no difference because it's for me, so it's all good. And like I said, with a bunch of men in this house and dogs and everything, it's all good. Anyway, please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Be part of this journey with us. It is free. of charge. You don't pay anything. I'm going to use a 4mm hook, small one to tuck in loose ends, of course a pair of scissors, and we're going to get started, okay? Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I hope there's enough lighting. I've tried to adjust my mobile because I work out of my mobile, and some of you have mentioned that it's shaky, the video. Sometimes the video is a bit long and my memory is like shot to death already, so for those reasons that will give it to shake it a bit because of the speed memory that I'm recording on. And also if it's bad weather, then because this is a tropical island that I live in, so that doesn't help either. So let's try to see what we can do. I've tried to adjust it a few times. I don't know if this is going to pull through. Let's hope so. So the first thing you want to do, I'm using the white to start off, at least to get it starting to match the other rug. Slip stitch knot, and then I'm going to do 28 chains because this is for the toilet and the bidet, whatever one I'm using it for. It's the same size. I also have the sink that it's foot. It's the same thing as the toilet and the bidet because it's foot, so I would need to create 3 of them. And it's the same size, okay? So 28 chain stitch. I've done my 28 chain stitch. I'm going to count back to the 4th one. 1, 2, 3 on my 4th. 1, 2, 3 on my 4th. And I'm grabbing in the center of those loops. I don't want to grab only the back loop because it's going to bend like a U shape. I'm going to do 1 double crochet per space. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so we turn around and we're going to go up 1, 2, and 3. Actually, I'm going to do it different. I don't know why I did this. I usually don't do this. I'm going to come back in the same one and do 8 single and 2 chain. That equals my double crochet. Next space. So we're doing 1 per space. We're going to do 25 double crochets and we're going to have 1 left at the end. Okay, so do your 25 double crochets. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 25 double crochets. On this last one here, we're going to work inside of it and we're going to put markers. In case you don't have markers, you can use a different color thread. So I have already 1 inside of my last double crochet. We're going to do 6 double crochets. We're also going to put a marker on the 6th one. So we have 1 already, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1, oops, my hook's coming apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On my 6th one, also we need to add a marker. And then 1 per space, which is your 25 double crochets, exactly as we did on this side. Same amount. So 1 per space and do your 25 double crochets. Hope I'm not off camera. Sometimes I get distracted when I'm concentrating and yapping, right? Shout out to Nancy McDonald, sending you much love, much hugs. Thank you so much for your donation, Nancy. You're such an amazing person. Thank you. Okay, so do your 25. Okay, so I've done the 25 double crochets. We're going to turn around again. I'm going to come back in the same space, trying to hide my thread from the beginning, and 2 chain, single and 2 chain. Next space. So we're going to do those 25 double crochets again until our curve, and then I'll come to you in our curve. Okay, so 25 double crochets going backwards again. Okay, so I've reached where I have my marker. I'm going to take it out. And where I have my marker, we're going to start doing 2 double crochets per space. We're going to put our marker back on. It's very important. On the first double crochet. So we have 2 together on the same space. And on the last one, we're going to put our marker on the last double crochet. So 2 together on the same space. Okay. So I've reached where I have my marker. We're going to do 2 together. So you're supposed to have a total of 12 double crochets, and I'm going to put my marker on the last double crochet, and then 25 double crochets again, 1 per space. Okay, so you're supposed to have 12 in here. Okay, everyone, so now we are going to be working 5 rows only up until here, back and forth, back and forth. So we're going to turn around. We're going to do our 25 double crochets. So I'm going to come back in the same space, single, 2 chain, and then 1 per space. And I'll meet you here where we have the marker. I've reached my marker, my first marker. Inside of the space, I'm going to create 2 double crochets. I'm going to put my marker on the second double crochet this time. And then I'm going to do 1 alone. Next space, 2 together. 1 alone. 2 together. That's going to be like this until we reach the marker. You should have 1 left at the marker. I believe. So 2 together, 1 alone, 2 together, 1 alone, 2 together, 1 alone, 2 okay, I'll meet you at the marker. Okay, so I did my last 2 together. We're supposed to do 6 increases. So from the first one, we have the first increase, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I'm going to take out my marker. And if you realize, we ended up where we have 2 together down here. That's why I said it should be 1 left out. So I'm going to put my marker on the last one. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet per space. Okay. And we're going to be doing this, the back and forth. Oops, what am I doing? Not a smart thing. Okay, so we did the 6th increase, and we do that 1 double crochet that belongs in this group. Okay, we're going to turn around, come in the same space, single, 2 chain. Where we have our marker, we're going to add 2 together. We always have to do for the next 5 rows those 6 increases. Okay. So on our second double crochet, we're going to add the marker. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets alone and 2 together. Next row will be 3 alone and 2 together. Then the row after that is 4 alone and then 2 together. We're going to repeat that for 5 rows, so we have 2 rows already done, or completing 2 rows, I should say. So 2 double crochet alone and 2 together. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done 1, and I had to change color because I ran out of white, but that's okay, since it's for me, it's no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the marker we're going to do the 6th one. And 2 together. We're going to put our marker on our last one. So the next row is 3 alone, and we're going to continue to do 1 per space until the end, and then we're going to do the single and 2 chain coming up and coming all the way to the marker. I'll meet you here on the other side where the marker is at on the next row, because now it's just 1 per space. Okay? Okay, everyone, so I've reached the marker. We're going to do the 2 together in the same space. I'm going to put my marker on the first one. Sorry, not on the first one, the second one. I don't know, what was I thinking, right? So on the second double crochet, you put your marker on. And now we're going to do 3 double crochets alone. 2, 3, 2 together. And then 3 alone again. 1, 2, and 3. 2 together. We're going to do this all the way to the end. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I'm at the marker. I've done my 3 alone. I'm going to do my 2 together. On my second one, I'm going to put my marker, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets, 1 per space here. So we'll have 2 double crochets alone at the end, 1 per space. I'm going to turn around, come back in, single, 2 chain, next space, double crochet, and where I have my marker, we're going to start to do the increase. 2 together, put a marker on the second one, and now we're going to do 4 double crochets alone. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2 together. We're going to repeat this until the end. I'll meet you at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have your group of 2, and then 4 alone again. One, 2, 3, 4, and 2 together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 more row to do. So I've reached the end and I've had to change color again because I have no more blue, but that's okay because, like I said, this is for me, and the leftovers of my thread, my yarns, is fine. I can come up always with a nice design for it, and I think this will work perfect. 2 together. So we're going to put our marker on the second one, and then we're going to do 1 per space until the end. And then turn around to your single 2 chain, come back up until our marker, and then I'll meet you there. It's the last row of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. We've reached our marker. We're going to add 2 together. And put our marker on the second one. And 5 double crochets alone. We're going to do this all the way to the end, and then we're going to secure our thread because we're not going to cut it. We're going to use the fluffy thread, that scrubby thread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, and 2 together. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I pretty much reached where I have my marker. I wonder why this light or flash, or I don't know, is not flashing. I don't know. I have to figure what is wrong here. There's never a dull moment with it, right? Okay, so on my marker, we're going to add 2 together. Put our marker on the second space. And do 1 per space. Now we're not going to cut the thread, we're going to work with that scrubby thread. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to stretch it a bit. We don't want to lose our, so I'm going to put a marker on it. If you don't, you can tie a piece of thread on it so it doesn't run anywhere. Okay. Okay everyone, so I'm going to use this scrubby one in white just to fill out, of course, that first row there. And the first thing you want to do is you want to do your slip stitch knot as usual. And I'm going to come and work on the next double crochet right after. Do a single, 1 chain, 2 chain. I'm going to grab the corner here. I'll probably have to use a smaller one in order to get in. So I'm going to grab the corner one here. And pull that right through it, like that. And then I'm going to work 1 double crochet per space for each one. Okay, and then after that I'm going to cut this thread and come in with my blue. Okay, so I'm coming in with this blue. I've cut my thread because I don't want it to be too different of the lines of the colors. This is a beautiful, like, baby blue. Wow, like a turquoise, lighter than that actually. So I've turned around and I'm going into the first, oops, double crochet here, which is hard to get in because of all the fuzzes, but we can do this. Grab this thread, I'm going to bring it here. So I'm going to do my single 2 chain into the next space. So basically we're doing those 25 double crochets again all the way to the edge, and then I'll meet you there at the edge to show you how we're going to go up into the next one. Okay, everyone, we are on our last one. So we're going to come in and do a half double crochet, and then come on the next, between the next row here, and slip stitch. I'm going to do 2 chain going up, and I'm coming into the next row. That will be our first double crochet, and then turn around and complete the double crochets per space. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same way as we've just finished doing for the next 2 rows. We're just going to work back and forth, do a half double crochet when you come back, and hook it in between, slip stitch, and then do 2 chain and hook again, slip stitch, and go back the other way, because it has to be the 5 rows the same way. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I'm coming in again with that tan color, light tan color. We need to work, oh, and I've cut in my thread and I've tucked in. Could have done that at the beginning. For some reason I didn't. I don't know why. Tuck in little loose pieces here. And we could always cut the edges off. Okay, so we need to work, let's say, the feet. So we're going to continue from here. We need to do 25 chains. So I'm going to come on my first one here, or the last one, I should say. Because this is what hooks into the toilet or the bidet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 25, and then we're going to cut it 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And I'm going to do one more just to lock it in. Because that's what's going to go on the toilet, I guess, if you want to, yes, the toilet, the feet, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to come in again on this side also. Okay, so now we turned it to this side of the pattern, and we're going to come on the 3rd chain, or the 2nd chain, because it's a single 2 chain, and we're going to do again those 25. Why am I doing a single there? I don't know. I think that's what I did on the other side. Okay, we're going to do a slip stitch, and we're going to do the 25 chains like the other side. So 1, 2, don't tighten it too much. If you have to use a bigger hook, then go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until 25. I've done my 25, and I'm going to do one more for turning. So I'm going to come into the next one, and this whole row will be about single crochet. So we've done single, so we'll have 25 singles, and it's going to go all the way around There will be no increase, but you must put your marker on the same place as you're going to do your single. Okay, so very simple, just singles. There is no increase. As soon as you hit your marker, you put your marker on the single, and you continue with singles. Put your marker on the single also, and you continue all the way to the end. And I'll meet you at the end because it's just single crochet all the way to the other side. Nothing to it. So one per space. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of it. Okay everyone, so we reach the end. I'm going to cut my thread because we need to work on the right side on the next row. And if I work from here now, it's going to be on the wrong side. Okay, so we must come and work on this side of the thread. We are going to do the popcorn stitch, so slip stitch knot. We're going to come on our first single here. Probably have to go in with a smaller hook because my tension's always very tight. We need to do those 25 singles. So I'm going to come in and I'm going hopefully pull my thread through. There's so many of them, right? Let's try that again. So I'm going to do a single and 2 chain, and that will equal my double crochet. I'm going to try to hide this little leftover thread here. So we'll be doing the popcorn, single, 2 chain. Going into the next single. On this single, we're going to do 5 5 double crochet on the same space. So I have 2, trying to hide my thread here, 3, 4, and my 5th one. Oh, why was I not taking my... Good Lord Jesus. Okay, let's try that again. 5 double crochets. You have to take all of them out, of course. I don't know what was I thinking. So I have 2. 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come not on the first one we did, but on the 5. So the first one of the 5 double crochets, I'm going to do a slip stitch, so popcorn, 1, 2 chain. We're going to skip the next single and come into the next one and repeat the process of 5 double crochets and create those popcorns again. We're going to do this the whole row all the way to the other side. So there is no increase on this row either. Okay, so we have 4. But you must keep your marker on that specific place as you're doing the popcorn so you don't lose track. 2 chain. Skip 1 into the next one. Okay, so you're going to continue to do your 5 popcorns again. Five double crochets. I don't know where's my mind, I guess, I lose it when I'm yapping away. Okay, so continue that all the way to this side. Okay, everyone. So I'm just trying. Okay. So I finished doing my last popcorn and I did one double crochet. We're going to do one chain, turn our pattern. We're going to do one single inside of the space of the double crochet, and then next space 2 singles per space until we get to our marker. Now, in case you have misplaced your marker on the wrong place, it will be 49 singles, 2 per space now. Okay, 49 singles. So once we finish doing the 49 singles, that's where our marker right after that is supposed to be. We're going to start the increase, okay? Okay, everyone, so I've done my singles. For some reason, it didn't record when I got to my marker, but no biggie. So we've done our singles. Now, after we have done our 49 singles, we come in and did 50, and then 2 increase, so 3 right after our 49th single, 3 on the same space, and then put your marker on the last one, and then 2 together, so 2, next space, 2 together, 4, 2 together, 6. After you've done 6 singles, that means 2 per space, 3 together, that's our increase again, 2, 4, 6, 3 together, 2, 4, 6, 3 together, 2, 4, 6, 3 together, 2, 4, 6, and 3 together until our marker. You're supposed to have 6 increase with the 3 together from the marker to marker, and then you continue again normally 2 singles per space all the way at the end. Okay, I've already, of course, I thought I recorded, and for some reason, I guess I didn't click the button properly. Probably that's what happened. And things like that can happen. So I went up, chain 3. We're going to turn around. And we're going to do double crochet over the singles, but we're going to do back loops only. So I did a single, 2 chain. I'm going to grab back loop only, double crochet, back loop only, and it's very important that you do this with the back loop because we're going to be working afterwards on these front loops to create those flowers that we need. Back loops until we get to our marker and do our increase. So back loops only until the marker, and I'll meet you there. Okay, everyone, so I've done 51 double crochets just to make sure that you have the right amount, and if you don't have the right amount, then go to 51 double crochets, and then on the next one I'm going to add 2 together. So 2 double crochets together on my marker, and I'm going to add my marker back on to the last one, and now we're going to do 8 double crochets alone, and on the 9th one we're going to add 2 together, so 1 per space, 8 double crochets, and then on the 9th one 2 together. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. On the next one, 2 together. We're going to do this until our marker. So again, 8 double crochets alone. Remember, we need to do those 6 increases. So that was, we have the first increase, the second increase, and continue until the marker. Okay everyone, so I did my last increase. I'm going to continue to do one per space. Until the end. Getting to the end, I'm going to turn around, do my single 2 chain that will equal my double crochet, and we're going to do another row of double crochet, 1 per space. There is no increase, it's just double crochets. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so finished my row. I had said we're not doing increase. Yes, we are doing increase. I don't know why I said that. Maybe I'm trying to not do increases, but I can't, right? Okay, so I'm just going to cut this little extra thread there. So I've turned around, single, chain 2. Chain 2. 1 per space until you get to your increases, which is the 6 increases that we have to do. We must do our increase 2 together, okay? So it's, and you can use both loops since this is on the back side, it's no problem. The next row we need to use only back loops only. Okay, so 1 double crochet per space. When you get to your marker, you have to do 2 together, okay? And then you're going to, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On your 10th, you're going to do 2 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On your 10th, so that means that's on the second double crochet that is together. That's going to be your 6 increases, okay? So that's pretty much it until all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay. Okay everyone, so I finished my row. I've turned around. I'm going to do a single and 2 chain. I'm going to grab back loops only now and do 1 per space, and when I get to my increases, then I need to do my increases again. That means that when we get to the increase, here we had the increase on the other side of 9 double crochets and increase on the 10th. This one will have 10 double crochets and increase on the 11th. That means the second double crochet, okay, on the edge there, and then 1 per space on the straight line. This is what we're going to do using back loops only, so even your increases will be on the same space on your 11th double crochet of the increase, okay? So I'll meet you at the end. Just remember that when you get to your marker, you're going to have your 2 double crochets, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On your 11th, you're going to do 2 together, okay? If it makes any sense, of course. So here you'll have 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because the other one we did 9 alone. This one here. Let me just check before I make a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So on the first one we did 9, 2 together. This one we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the 10th we increased. So on this one, on the 11th, we're going to increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll have to be on the first double crochet. We're going to do the increase. So on the 11th, we'll do the increase. I mean, we'll be on the first double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the 11th. So on the first double crochet where we have the 2 together, that's where you do your increase, okay? So I'll meet you at the end of this row using back loops only. Okay, everyone, so we finished this row. And once we finish the row, we did 3 rows of double crochet. We need to do the 4th one. I've cut in my thread because I need this 4th row to be on the right side. So basically I've cut my thread, and I'm going to come back again on the 3 chains that we have here that we had went up, so we can complete this row 4 on the right side. So single, 2 chain, and using back loops only, we're going to do exactly what we did on the previous row. So 1 per space, and then when you get to your increases, so that means that you will have, let me just have a look for a second before I make a mistake on saying something. So you'll get here where you have your marker, and you'll do 2 increase. So on this bottom one here, we had done increase on the 11. So that means on this next one, we're going to do the increase on the 12. So we have our marker. After our marker, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. On your 12, which is the second double crochet where we have both of them together, you're going to do your increase. And again, the same thing, 11 alone on the 12, 2 together, 11 alone until you get to the other marker, and then 1 per space until the end. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've turned around. I'm going to do 1 single, but I'm going to grab front loops this time. Okay, this row will be all about singles. I'm going to grab only the loop facing me, so I'm not grabbing this back one, I'm grabbing the front one, and I'm doing single. Okay, so single per space. When we get to the marker, there is no increase on this row, it's just 1 single per space, grabbing front loops only. Of course, there's a lot of threads here, so my threads keep opening up. And all the way to the end. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. It's important that you do these front loops only so we can have that same effect on the 1 chain that stays out. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my row. We're going to get started on the next row, the foundation, to start building for leaves for the flowers. Okay, so 1 per space all the way to the end, just single crochet. Okay, everyone, so I finished my row. I'm going to come in, I've turned around, and I'm going to do a single and 2 chain. Oops. Next space, a double crochet. So 2 double crochets. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to skip 1, 2, and I'm going to come in my 3rd with a single. Next space, single, and next space again, single. So I'm going to have 2 double crochet, 3 chains, skip 2 space, come into the 3rd, single, 3 singles, chain 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to come in my 7th single. Next space, single, and next space, single again. Okay, I'm going to do chain 7 again. We're going to proceed this way all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and coming in my 7th single, and create 3 singles. Okay, so we're going to continue to do this all the way around to the other side at the end. At the end, we're going to make a little adjustment because we're going to be missing one single. Well, we'll make adjustment at the end so we can have the same thing as the beginning here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on my 7th, I'm going to do a single, next space a single, and next space a single. So we're supposed to have, including with this chain here, 20 loops of 7 chain. Of course, this is not 7 chain, but I'm already counting with this one. So we'll have 20 loops all together until the end of the other side, okay? Okay, everyone, so I'm on my 19th loop, which is almost at the end. Instead of skipping 6 and going into the 7, I'm going to skip 5 only and going to the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On my 6th one, this is my 19th loop. I'm going to do my 3 singles as usual. Chain 3 like we did at the beginning. I'm going to skip 2 and I'm going to come at the end and do my 2 double crochets exactly how we started at the beginning. Of course, my stitch is so tight as usual. So 1, and then on my very last one, 2 double crochets. So now we have 20 loops all together all the way around. We're going to turn our work. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished doing all the loops. I've cut my thread because we need to stay on the right side. Okay, so we're going to turn our pattern here, and I'm coming in with a 10 or darker tan color, like a cafe latte sort of color. I'm going to do my slip stitch knot, and I'm going to come in on top, but I'm going to grab this loop here. Okay, we don't want to grab both loops because we need that back loop for the next row. I'm going to do a single and 2 chain. That will equal a double crochet, and then I'm coming into the next one and doing another double crochet. Inside of this loop here, we're going to do 5 double crochets. It's going to be a total of 7 double crochets. If you hear any noise, people, my neighbors are very close by, so they're working outside and I have no control of that. 3, 4, 5 double crochets. Where we have that single here on the middle, we're going to come inside like that, and we're going to do a front post single. Okay, and then we're coming directly inside the next loop and do 7 double crochets. So we're preparing the petals for the leaves and flowers. Okay, 7 double crochets. I've done my 7 double crochets. I'm going to do 1 chain and I'm going to do 7 more double crochets. This whole row will be like this, and remembering that we need to do that single front post right underneath the single here, like that, and then do your single. Okay, so I'm going to do my 7. I've done my 7 double crochet, so we have a total of 14 with 1 chain space between the 7 double crochets. I'm going to come straight underneath that single and doing a single front post, and then going right into the loop again and continue to do your 7 double crochets, and then 1 chain and 7 double crochets again. We're going to repeat this all the way around. I'm going to continue mine, and then I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay? Okay, everybody, so I'm reaching the end. I've done my single front post, I'm going to come in on my last chain here of 3 chain. I'm going to do the 5 double crochets exactly how we did at the beginning, and then I'm cutting my thread, and I'm going to come in with my green to start my leaves. I have 4 and 5. We're going to do the 2 other double crochets like we did at the beginning, so 1 here and 1 on the loop here. So we have our 7. I'm cutting my thread. I'm going to tuck in my loose ends already, and I'm going to come in with the green, but this time we're going to work on the back part. Okay, so we're going to turn our pattern to work with the green on the back part. Okay, everyone, so I'm coming in with the green on the back part of the pattern. I'm going to come here right at the edge and do a slip stitch. Then I'm going to do, try to hide my thread here at the same time. I'm going to do 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come, or maybe I try to hide that string a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come right on the center. Okay, so after we've done our 5 chain, we're going to come on the center of where we have the 3 singles here. Oops. And we're going to do a double crochet. We're going to create V's. Okay, double crochet and then chain 5 again. 3, 4, 5. Come in the same space and do another double crochet. So we have our first V. If your tension is too loose, then instead of doing 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, do only 4. Okay, sometimes it requests 4 instead of 5. We don't want it to be too baggy either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. It's going to be repeatedly like this all the way around. Where we have the 7 double crochets in between, we have that 1 chain space. We're going to come underneath in the bottom with a single. Okay, and then 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again into the middle of the single here, oops, with a double crochet. We're going to create the V's in these singles. I'm going to do a 4 chain instead of 5, but if you need to do it, do a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come back in and create another V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, come in the middle where we have that 1 chain space between the 7 double crochets. Oh my goodness, the neighbor's dog is like banging into the dishes back there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the center of the single and create your V. We're going to repeat this all the way around until the end. I'll meet you at the end. We're almost there, people. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so I'm on my last V. We're going to do our 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to come in on this loop here. I don't want to grab it like both of them so the green doesn't pop up in the front. So if you have to use a smaller hook to get it in, then by all means. So I'm going to do a single. I'm going to turn my work to the right side. I'm going to come back in and do a single. I'm going to do after my single 3 chain. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to come directly inside of my V and create 5 double crochets. We're going to start doing the popcorn. So we'll have 2 groups of popcorn of 5 double crochets. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to come in the first one and close it in with slip stitch. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to come back down and close it with a slip stitch. And 1, 2, 3 chain going up, and again the popcorn. So we have 2 already with those 3 chain of double crochet. 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come where the 3 chain are and close it with slip stitch. I'm going to do a 7 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And coming in again into the next V and create the same thing again, the 5 double crochets. So we have 3, 4, and 5. Coming in the first one, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming back in the middle, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3 chain. Create your 5 double crochets again for the second popcorn. So this is like our little leaves for the flowers. We have 4, 5. Coming in my third chain, slip stitch. 7 chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and continue to proceed the same way all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I'm on my last one. I've done my 3 chain. I'm going to come where the single is and do a single. I'm going to cut my thread and I'm going to start working now to do my flowers with the royal blue. I'm going to tuck in my loose end because we need to work on the right side, so that's why we need to cut the thread. Okay everyone, so I'm on the right side. I'm coming in with the royal blue. I'm going to come in where we have that single and create a single. Try to hide my thread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. I'm going to come in between the 2 popcorns there and create 2 more popcorns the same way with 5 double crochet. So I have 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to close it on my first one and do 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry about the noise, people. My neighbors are cleaning out their yard and a lot of moving material around. Okay, so we're going to do the 5 double crochets again. 3, 4, and 5. There's never a dull moment around here. Never. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain again. We're going to come exactly where we have the single and clip both chains on there with a single. Okay, and then repeat again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do this all the way around. Come right in the center between both popcorns and create your 2 popcorns with 5 double crochet. So single, 5 chain, 5 double crochets in the center of the 2 popcorns. Close it up with slip stitch, 5 chain, 5 double crochets again. Close it up with slip stitch, 5 chain into the center of the green here where we have the single. We're going to clip both right on there, single, then 5 chain, create your popcorns again. We're creating the flowers. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I finished my last 2 popcorns. I did my 5 chain, I did my single in the corner. I've cut my thread and I tucked in between the chain here because we're going to work on it. So we need to be on the right side. For that reason, we needed to cut the thread. Now I'm going to come back in again with that dark tan. We're going to finish to complete the paddles. Okay, everyone, so I did the slip stitch knot. I'm going to come in on my last chain here of the tan color where we did that single and 2 chain, and I'm also going to grab the blue here where we have the single, and I'm going to do a single just like that. Try to hide my thread at the same time. I'm going to come in where the blue chain is, and I'm going to do 8 double crochets. Okay, so I have 2, trying to hide my thread. I've done my 8 double crochets, and now I'm going to come in on the side here, and I'm going to do a single. This row will be all about 8 double crochets. I'm going to come on the middle 5 chain and do my 8 double crochets again between the popcorns. I've done my 8. I'm going to come from the inside here of the popcorn into the other side and do a single. Come back in on the chain that's going down and do my 8 double crochets again. I've done my 8 double crochets. I'm going to come in the center where we have that 1 chain space between the 7 double crochets, and also on the blue where the single is, and I'm going to do a single. If I can grab all my threads together would be nice. So we're pretty much closing it up. Okay, we're going to do that to all of them. Again, coming on the chain going up, doing 8 double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming in from the side, single, going in the center of that 5 chain, doing the 8 again. Remembering when you finish doing your 8 double crochets, you have to come from the inside and do your single, and then 8 coming down, hooking it on here and on the single with the single, all the way to the end. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I've reached the end. I've done my last 8 double crochets. We're going to do the same thing as we did at the beginning. So I'm going to come right in here on the last, actually I want to hide this green, so I'm going to cover it with a single, and I'm going to cut my thread, tuck in my loose ends. Okay, you guys, so I'm coming in now. You remember that first row after the popcorn, we left that 1 string out. So I'm going to come in that 1 string that we left out, and I'm going to do a single. Try to hide my thread here. And I'm going to do 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to skip 1, 2 on my third one. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a shell of 3 double crochet in the same space, 2 chain, 2 chain, coming back in, doing 3 more double crochet in the same space, and then going directly, skipping 1, 2 on the third one, double crochet, skipping again 1, 2 on the third one, doing my shell. So this is how it's going to be repeated all the way to the end, and then you can cut your thread. We only have one more, two more rows left, and then we're pretty much done with this little toilet rug. Okay, so 1, 2 on the third one, 1 double crochet, 1, 2 on the third one, your shell again. Okay, so just to show you, I know it's all crumpled up, it's going to be like that. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everybody, so I had cut my thread, of course, because we need to work on the right side. I'm going to do my slip stitch knot. I'm going to come in where we have that double crochet here right at the edge, and I'm going to do a single, and I'm also going to hook this single right on the first, not the first row here, but the second, with a slip stitch. Try to pull my threads here so I can hide them. I'm also going to work inside of the 2 chain we did with a double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do my picot. Now if you find that it's too high for you, you can do only half double crochet. I'm going to see how it works this way with the double crochet. So we'll have 4 double crochets and 3 picots. Double crochet, 3 chain, picot, and again my last double crochet. I'm going to come where I have that single, and I'm going to do a, I think it's a single, no, it is a double front post double crochet, and then into the center of the next one again, and create again your double crochet, your 3 chain, picot, and again double crochet, 3 chain, picot, double crochet, 3 chains. So we have 4 double crochets and 3 picots, double crochet, and then we're going to do on the double crochet here, coming from back to the front, we're going to do a front post. We're going to continue to do that all the way around. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I've reached the end. I've done my last double crochet, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hook it here, not on the first one, but on the second one. I'm going to do a slip stitch, and then I'm going to come and hook it on my we had the single and 2 chain on my second chain here, and then I'm cutting the thread. We have one more row left and we are done. Then it's just gluing flowers with hot gun glue. Okay everyone, so I'm back with my thread on the right side, of course, and I'm going to come in right here at the edge. I'm going to do a single and 2 chain. This will equal a double crochet. I'm going to do another double crochet on the same space, and I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to come in on this first double crochet here with a single. And again, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come in the same space again, a double crochet, and I'm going to lay it down on the next double crochet. 1, 2, single and 2 chain, double crochet, and I'm going to lay it down on the next. When you lay it down, you see pretty much where it fits, right? 1, 2, another double crochet, and I'm going to come in on the next one here, 2 chain, double crochet, and I'm going to come right in the corner here with a single. I'm going to turn it. One, 2 in the same space, and I'm going to come on the 1, 2 on the second single. Two chain after doing the single, double crochet, 1, 2, two chain, and again we're going to do this until the other edge. 1, 2, two chain, skip 1 and come into your second, or into the third, I should say. 1, 2 into the third, two chain, double crochet, so it's like a lying down, double crochet, 1, 2 into the third. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way, but I'll meet you here, okay, where we have that funny scrubby. So I've reached my single where I have right at the edge of the scrubby. Continue to do the 2 chains, then again, and 1, 2 on the third one, 1, 2. I know you can't see it on camera, but if you're working with it, you can see it very well where it falls down. Okay, because it's double crochets. And right at the edge of the scrubby. Okay, and then you would just continue to do the same thing on here. So you'd come into the next one, the next one, and so on until we get to the end here of the side. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. It's not hard at all. 2 chain, into the second one. So we skip one, 2 chain, double crochet, skip one into the second one. And if you find that it becomes too tight, then you can do in between the rows. Okay, we don't want it to like right in between it. So you lie down yours and you see where it fits best. Okay. Okay, everyone. So pretty much finished everything. I'll have the measurements below in the description box. Thank you so much, Debora Tavares. This is such a beautiful set that you have created. We appreciate you. Thank you. And I'll have her links below in the description box. So I have the margarida flowers that I've already glued on. I've also glued on the tip of these flowers here so you don't trip over them with your slippers, your feet, whatever the case may be. So I just glued a bit on the edge here, just the top of the edge. Okay, and this is pretty much done for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I will have the little video and pictures and display at the end of this one and the big rug that I already have created. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's free, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much, everyone. I send every single one of you much hug, much love. Stay safe. Bye-bye.